What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car, Steel and Aluminum, ARCA Motorsports Consulting, Earl Ramey Racing Engines. What is up? I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up, y'all?
All right, guys. Well, if you're on Facebook right now, but this will be after, so this will be our Facebook simulcast for our track draw for week 4 of the Chicken Bone Alley Summer Shootout. Yep. I don't know if y'all saw that. If y'all are watching live, you saw. How about our hats?
Big time it now.
Big time. Big time. We got hats.
We get koozies. Y'all better watch out. That's all I can say.
We're going to go into this a little later, but we look professional today because we just, hold on, I'll show you Sterling. Hold on. There you go.
We look professional from the waist up.
From the waist up because we're wearing underwear up just below this. No,
I got softball pants. Because I got to go play softball.
My bad. I was supposed to wear more than draws.
You were. I'm trying to look up. I'm just looking up. I'm looking for dolphins. Yeah.
All right. We got our week 4 track draw here real fast before we get into anything else. Guys, we're going to look at this real quick here. We are racing the dirt modifieds this week. Sterling's not a fan.
No.
All right. Here's our track choices. Kokomo, Lernerville, USA, Lanier, and Charlotte. All right. Fold them up real quick, Sterling.
I got you.
Okay. And we're pulling this out of Blakely's Easter bucket again, 2020.
It fits perfect for this.
It was sitting up here, so it has been deemed the draw bucket.
We're about to use cornhole boards over here, but we tried not to.
All righty. Shaky, 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 shaky. I feel like we're zoomed in. We're not zoomed in. We're just close to everything up here.
Yeah, it's a small room.
No, it's really not. We're just in a small corner. Oh, Sterling pulled it. Oh, hold on, back up. There we go. Lanier.
Lanier it is.
The modifieds. That ought to be a interesting one. We ran that track last season. First off with the what we're running with Legend Cars.
Oh yeah, we did.
Put on an interesting show.
Yeah, I don't care where you race Legend Car. It's gonna put on an interesting show.
But I think we got a good group of guys racing this year, and so that ought to be, or this season, so that ought to be a good show.
Yeah.
So guys, tune in Tuesday night, 8:00. You will check out the Chicken Bone Alley Summer Shootout, and we'll get into a little more of that here in a little while. But anyway, getting off this Facebook Live, so we appreciate it, guys. There
Later.
But we're not finished.
With that part.
With that part we're finished. This part we're not finished.
Don't stop listening.
Don't stop listening. Oh, God. I hear it playing back. All right. Anyway, so now, what's up?
I don't know, man. It's been a crazy John Brown day here so far. We were just on Good Morning America, everybody. I hope y'all got to watch that. It kind of felt like that. I don't know. I've never been on Good Morning America, but if I had, I would think it would turn out like that. Just start with. It was like a real deal. Like, we went in Area 51 there for a minute.
That's what it said.
It did. Or Studio something.
Studio 51.
I saw 51 and I was freaking out. So we made it. We made it through it. Really appreciate the guys at Speed 51.
Well, let's actually tell what it was.
Oh, yeah. Let's start back over. That's okay. Go ahead.
If y'all have not heard yet, well, y'all haven't heard yet unless you just watched the Bullring on Speed 51's Facebook. Chicken Bone Alley is now a Speed 51 affiliated podcast.
What's up with that, man? What happened? I just want to know what happened. I asked you this earlier, David. I'm gonna do it live now or whatever.
We're live. We're not live, but we're live.
Okay. We started this show 2 years. Going on almost 2 years ago. Getting close. We started talking about it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
January of 19, I guess it was, right?
20.
20?
It's 21 now. So.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Whichever. Anyway. Let me get my bearings straight.
I know
here.
they've all kind of run together, but
It really has, this whole deal. I relate COVID-19 to 2019, so I can't do that. I got
yeah, they really needed to name that 20.
I really think they did. So anyway, we started all this deal on the hunt. So we're just going to talk about racing, just us, and about 2 or 3 people listening in our family, and Mama, she's going to listen regardless of what we talk about. And it's sure,
my mama started listening like a year later.
Hey, you know what? It's never too late.
It's
man.
all right though. It's all right because I have to say this: Kayla listens to every show.
She listens to the first 15 minutes of every show.
Well,
20 minutes.
Hold on. Kayla listens to every show.
Can you edit that
So
part
we
out
appreciate
that I
it.
said?
I'm going to have to edit that out.
Yeah, we really do appreciate it, Miss Kayla. I thank you so much for listening to every. You're so dedicated. You're our number 2 fan. But anyway, I mean, just it's really grown a lot in this year and a half or whatever it's been, and I just never really thought we would be growing to that extent and going to being on Speed 51 with Alan Dietz and Mama. That's pretty cool, man.
That was real cool. That was awesome. And it was very
short notice.
Well,
Yeah,
I guess.
I appreciate it. I didn't have time to pray about it, though. You just want to just jump on me. Here it is.
Alan messaged me today. I asked him. I said, "Is there any material we need to put on the show tonight or anything?" Well, while we record, he's like, "Nah, y'all want to come on the bull ring?" I was like, "What? Hold on.
All right.
All right."
Yeah. Definitely a crazy experience, but that was cool, and I hope it won't be our last, and maybe we can do a little better job, or I can do a little better job next time.
It was a good deal.
And not make up words. I probably made up words. I'm sure I did. I didn't listen.
It wasn't a made up word. I just
the
context of it might have been
not properly.
I don't know. That's what your mama said. I guess I thought it fit to me.
Sounded good to you.
It sounded good to me. We absorbed the experience.
We're not an English major, so we really don't care.
No, we're not.
We're a racing major, so that's all that matters. I'm pretty sure everybody else makes up words too. So yeah, it's all right. But that was pretty cool. Really
what do they say?
Guys.
If you can't dazzle them with brilliance, yeah.
I do that a lot. Yeah. So, but anyway, that was pretty cool. We really appreciate those guys for having us on there, and we'll see what happens with the relationship moving forward. But anyway, how was your weekend, man?
Man, it was pretty good. I didn't do a whole heck of a lot really all weekend. I hung around the house, cut grass, turned on some racing. Just did some few in and out and in things, I guess. Went over to your mama's house and
Hey now, what are you doing in my mama's house?
I was hooking up her Rokus.
Oh, I appreciate that. I don't know how to do it.
We went and hung out with her a little while Saturday, then went and hung out with the in-laws a little while Saturday, and
that's good.
And then,
I appreciate it.
Yeah. And
I guess we need to back up a minute because I don't know what all you said last week because I have really honestly.
Well, yeah. That's what I was about to get at too. Glad you're back.
Appreciate it. Thank you for allowing me back in my own house.
Just leave me hanging up here in your house by myself.
I was definitely leaving you hanging, working 30 hours straight. I promise you, I was really prepared to do that. So last week was a really bad situation for me work wise, but
that was bad, but it's good all at the same time.
Oh, it was tough though.
I bet.
Hadn't done that in a while. I used to do it back in the day all the time, but now it's weighing on me still.
It's normally just now it's one of those yearly things. You got to get one good yearly win.
Yeah, it's once a year because it's good. It's once a year because I do it one time a year, and it takes me a whole year to get over it pretty much. So yeah. So, but anyway, work got in the way of the podcast for sure, and couldn't be here. So I apologize. I gave everybody a break from hearing me.
He didn't do nothing last week outside of work. I mean, it was work. He didn't get podcast. He didn't get softball. He didn't even make it to church on Wednesday night.
Nope.
I mean, it just worked.
I didn't even get to sleep.
Yeah, it's overrated anyway.
I don't know, but I'm starting to think differently now. I don't know. It's starting to catch up with me.
You start making up words and stuff. You don't get sleep.
Yeah, for sure I do. Well, I don't know. That's kind of all the time, I guess. But anyway, it was a rough week for me and our buddy Cody that's been on the show before. Cody, he swung over the nights with us and helped us out. Me and him, we did our thing and we made it work. we got through it, got the job done, got the plant back running, and that's what we got to do.
Good deal. Well, but before I really appreciate Melissa coming on and
Yeah, for sure.
filling in,
Picking up my slack.
picking up your side over there is really it took, I ain't gonna lie, it took me a minute to get in the swing of things. You know, I'm used to talking to people over the phone and stuff like that, and we're talking on the podcast and everything. I'm used to that, but I'm also used to looking at you across the table from me, and we kind of.
Well, it's easy to. It's hard to feed off of someone that you can't see.
But I will say we made it work.
That's awesome.
Fairly good.
That's awesome. Well, good deal. I'm glad of that. And
maybe we'll have to do a Zoom video next time with her. Maybe next year when you decide to work all night. So.
Yeah, it's coming, but I just don't know when. But it's coming. But we really appreciate Melissa for coming on and helping us out and keeping us rolling there. And you never know. She got to come on more often, though. I think like a once a month thing or something like that.
I'm going to tell you. Well, she was, I know y'all probably saw some lives pop up last week. I think it was Friday, pop up. And Melissa was actually at Williams Grove. And she was going to talk to drivers, do all that she could. Cell service was almost zero.
It's terrible there. I've been there. I know exactly what she's talking about.
So she couldn't do any lives and stuff. I told her, I said, if you want to record them, so I don't know. I think that felt kind of weird to her, which I can understand.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Well, it's always weird when you post something like a day later when they're already at another track, especially when they're running back-to-back races.
Right. Yeah. As the World of Outlaws were.
they ran 4 back-to-back races.
Busy. But anyway, weekend was good for me. Birthday weekend, man. That was good. And
we wished you a happy birthday on the show.
I heard. I really appreciate that. I didn't listen. I'm sorry. I didn't listen to our own show, but Mama told me about it. So because she listens to every second of it. So anyway, she told me all about it, and I really do appreciate the birthday wish there. I do, and had a good weekend. Really did, and I went out on the boat for a while, and really enjoyed our weekend for sure. So. Glad I'm, well, I will always say, like you say, you're another year older. I guess that's better than the alternative, but you really don't know.
I don't know. I ain't tried it. I read it. It's pretty good.
From what I understand, it's definitely pretty good. So I don't know, man. We just keep chugging along here and enjoying our time and making the best of life as we can.
Speaking of, we was supposed to have some baptisms at church.
Yes, we were, man. We come back from Georgetown early Sunday morning to hurry up and get back to church and be ready for our baptism. As far as me and my son Cole we're going to get baptized, and David, your wife Kayla, and Landon, we're going to get baptized as well, and a bunch of our other buddies at church we're going to get baptized too. So, weather permitted.
Weather did not permit it.
Weather did not permitted it.
And weather did not permit it.
Is that the right word? Did I make that up too?
I think there's a couple extra syllables, but it's all right.
It's okay. You just gotta express it that way,
Express it.
But the lightning was popping everywhere around us, and we could not make that happen. So, planning on this weekend.
And the reason I couldn't, if y'all don't know, we go to a fairly large church that has a baptismal inside, but they're like, nope, we like the river.
That's what I'm talking about.
So. Bring it back old school. Some river baptisms.
I love it. I love it. We got an awesome church, dude.
That's God's water.
Exactly.
It's also
it's awfully like McCall
Farms water, but
who knows what else is in there? Water moccasin water. I mean, there's a lot of different waters in there. But you know what? I thought about it in church. I was like, I think I'd rather take my chance with a lightning bolt than I would a cottonmouth or
yeah.
I mean, that's gonna be there next weekend. But anyway.
Yeah, so they pushed it back a week.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully, the weather permitting, we will be there next Sunday for that. If not, we'll push it off another week. I guess we'll keep it going. We'll just
it'll happen eventually.
We'll get there when we can. But yeah, we definitely church was wonderful. On Sunday. If anybody is close to this area, Florence area, that can get to Effingham on a Sunday, definitely go check out Lebanon. You will not be disappointed. You will not want to leave. You will want to come back for sure every week. So definitely check it out.
For sure. Well, going back to our iRacing stuff from last week, we had the ARCA cars at Loudon.
That was
New
the one.
Hampshire.
That was one of the tracks I really thought I could run up front in.
And you probably could because you was killing me on times there.
I love that track. I love them cars.
But I'm going to tell you, I don't think you had nothing on there.
I'd turned that son. I'd turned it. Watch me.
I don't think you'd have
I'd
nothing
drove
on
it in
Aaron.
deep.
I don't think you'd have had nothing on John.
I drove it in deep, turned them.
It was a good race actually. It had a early caution and then we went green for a long time.
Oh,
It was
that's
a
good.
100-lap race.
I like green them cars. I like tire wear in them cars.
Yeah. We set the fuel actually on purpose this time.
You did good. I'm
I
proud of you.
did good on purpose so we wouldn't have enough, but it wouldn't like you could make it at lap 98 either. So
Right, yeah.
so everybody had to make a pit stop and it worked out. Then we had some late race cautions. Kind of ended up Cold Mint. He probably got hurt. Had the toughest luck of the race. He was running third for the majority, or second, third majority of the race, and then him and Zach Stroop, man, them two were always on track right there together.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think it was on purpose on Zach's fault. Just watching the replay and stuff, I don't think it was on purpose. I think there was a misjudgment, and
Yeah.
he got turned, and which stunk which I think he still had a car to finish top 5, and he was trying to get back up there because he knew he could get back up there, and ended up spinning it into the wall off of 2 right in front of me actually.
Wow.
So I was able to miss it. I ended up with a 7th place finish. I think it was.
That ain't bad, bud. That's good.
Thank you.
I mean, I was in it 8.
6.5.
Sound like Tony Turner, boy. I give him that. Hey, yeah. Yes, sir. But hey, that's good, man. That's a tough car on a turf track to run long distances in with tire wear.
Yeah, tire wear was.
Tire wear
We dropped off a lot.
Yeah, the tire wear in that car on iRacing is, I think, the most realistic
Yeah.
of any, just because the way it handles, and that's what I like about that car is you can really save your stuff, because some of the other cars in the other series, to me, it seems like you really can't save your stuff that much. It don't matter. You know,
Right.
you try to prepare and save, and then you got these other fools still pulling off from you, and I don't know how they're doing it.
I tried a little different pit strategy myself. Everybody else kind of went in about halfway. I said, no, I'm going to push the fuel as far as it will go. I said, I know I'm going to. I said, one, if I get a caution, in 10 or 15 more laps, I'm good. That really
Right.
will help because we only had one set of tires change. I said, I really helped that because I think highest I got was like second before I had to go in the pits. So that would have been good. I could have come out with fresh tires, even though I'd had
Right.
to pass a lot of people, and I probably wouldn't have passed them all, but it would have worked. Would have worked great. But it didn't ever come out. Not then. I had to go in and come out, and I actually ended up a lap down because of it. So probably wasn't a smart move. But as soon as I came out, I was a lap down. We got a caution. So I ended up being a lucky dog. And I had fresh tires. So I think I had about 4 laps on them, though. So I don't know. I'm just not good enough in that car more than anything. And I was pulling up on them because I kind of got stuck back there.
I think
because
you're good in those cars. I think you're not good on flat racetracks.
That's probably it. I
think you're awesome in them cars. I mean, we run really good in them cars. Dover, you're really good in them cars.
Dover, I've won official races at New Smyrna in them.
Yeah, I think it's just flat racetracks.
That might be. It might just be that track. Period.
Yeah.
Because I've won at Milwaukee in it, and it's very similar.
Yeah, must be that track.
I think it's just that track. I don't know. So I came up and I salvaged I finished better than I probably should have. so that's always a good day. When you finish better than you should. That's a good day.
Right.
But Aaron Smith Y'all heard him on here a couple weeks ago after his first win.
The asphalt guy.
That's what we're gonna call him right now. He's the asphalt guy, and apparently John Ruggiero is the dirt guy. But Cole's right there on him too.
Yeah.
So we, but Aaron took us to school. He took us to school, especially in the heat race, dude. He checked out.
Hey, like I said, all you can say is glad I wasn't there.
And we can't prove you wrong, can we?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say, man. You cannot prove me wrong. I hope you don't call me out.
He might call you out. He might come out and just take you out this week, just for fun.
He might. Well, he ain't going to take me out because I ain't going to be there because I am no good at them cars. That's for sure. But you will see next. I'm going to try to make the next asphalt race. That's my plan for sure. And who knows? I think he's kind of the ringer in the asphalt stuff, but yeah, we'll see. Like you say, John Ruggerio's got a lot of experience on the dirt, and he's gonna be hard to beat, man. It's gonna be kind of, I don't know. I mean, last year it was Zach Stroop and Coldman.
Yeah,
and I don't know what it's gonna be this year. I mean, they're still running well. I mean, they're still there.
Zach's having some tough luck, but he capitalized. Zach has had tough luck in the first two races. We got a drop race this year,
right?
But he's running well, but he just has caught any luck. This past week, he ended up salvaging a third place finish.
Yeah, well, so from what I've seen though, John Ruggerio is he's dominant in dirt.
Yeah,
and he's very respectfully good in asphalt. Yeah. So it's going to be real hard to beat that. I mean, I think his average is probably by far the best that I've seen. So.
Yes, it is. Them drop weeks are kind of figuring in kind of weird right now because basically, with only 3 weeks down, it shows a drop because there's the worst race out of the bunch. Well, John's worst at second. He's got 2 seconds and a first. So showing him a first and a second. It's showing Aaron, I think, a first and, showing him 2 firsts right now because of his 2 asphalt wins.
Right.
And it's not showing his dirt race because that's his drop race.
Well, that'll play out once you get more races.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's just, if you look at the points right now, it kind of looks a little funky.
Yeah, you get 5-6 races into it, it'll show out pretty good. But yeah, I'd look for definitely, in my opinion, I'd say John Ruggerio will be there this week.
For sure. I think Cole DeBent's gonna be right there with him.
Yeah.
Zach will be right there.
Yep.
Beef Tips has been fairly consistent also.
Yeah. Which those cars are a lot to me. Those cars are a lot different to drive on there, and it's
they might be, but they're still good at them.
They're good. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, no, I can't compare myself to them by any means. So
it's just us. It's not good.
Yeah. So when you drive it one time a year on there, you're not gonna really get it. So. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. We appreciate all the guys coming on to do that with us, and we appreciate everybody the support in making this thing happen.
For sure. EMFR Performance, our buddy Earl Ramey, cannot thank him enough coming on, helping out with this. It would not be what it is without him. And Carl Williford at Grease Monkey Mooresville. Both of those. If you need you guys anywhere in the Mooresville, Charlotte, whatever area, take your car, Grease Monkey over there in Mooresville. You will not be treated better, and have great oil changes with your car and other maintenance
services.
That's the word I was looking for.
There you go. Try to help you see. Hey,
there you go. You did good.
Don't jump.
See, you just make up a word. I just don't say nothing.
Hey, I'm going to come up with something now. It might not be right, but I'm going to come up with something.
Also, we want to thank Palmetto Machine and Fabrication. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Glad y'all working.
That's why I worked all last week to pay for the race here this week. So
I'll send you the invoice.
You're welcome.
I'll send you the invoice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Northeast Auto Imports, our buddy Derek Griffith, who we will be talking about here soon.
Yes, sir.
He had a large weekend we'll have to talk about. Also, Blood Eagle Racing Podcast. If y'all like our show, y'all definitely like Blood Eagle Racing Podcast. Also, congratulations to Tyler
on the win
this past weekend.
Big old trophy, taller than him.
It is. So, congratulations. Also, SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. coming on, helping out, bringing some
man.
awesome prizes.
Thank
And
y'all.
BS Racing, our buddies up in Ohio.
Yes, sir.
Running the quad.
Oh, 4-wheelers.
And congratulations to William also, because he got engaged last week.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
I missed that. Man, congratulations.
Down
I
here at the
appreciate it.
beach, too, I think.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, congratulations, man. I really do hope the best for you. And, yeah, that's cool, man. That's sweet.
Definitely was. So we appreciate all of them. We couldn't do it without them. So y'all be sure to tune in Tuesday night on Soak Tires Broadcasting at 8 p.m. If you can't remember it, just go to our Facebook page, Chicken Bone Alley.
Yeah.
And we will share a link for the YouTube and the Facebook
Check it out.
feed. And go check it out. And it'll be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Speaking of our buddy Derek Griffith, while we're on it, we'll go ahead and talk about it a little bit.
He's a man, dude. I swear, great day. How does he just keep on?
Dude, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, regardless. I think we're gonna try to have him on probably next week. Probably.
I'd say so after Oxford, you know.
Well, after he goes
250.
wins Oxford 250.
You know, we can just, you know.
I'm just saying it out loud already.
I'm gonna go ahead and
after Derek
call him
goes.
out. I know why he didn't run. I mean, I know why the truck failed him a little bit.
We weren't there.
The sticker wasn't on the truck.
That's it. Need a Chicken Bone Alley sticker.
The
Derek.
sticker wasn't on the truck.
We need a Chicken Bone Alley sticker on that. Fixed everything.
Telling you.
Oh, but he ran. If y'all haven't heard already, Derek ran for Kyle Busch Motorsports at Gateway.
In the All-Star truck, I will
the
say, in the 51. That's pretty freaking cool, man.
So, it ended up being a tough day for him.
Situations aren't right now, though, man. I swear they're not.
Dude, it's terrible. I mean, it's got to be hard, and we'll talk to him about this later. It's got to be so hard to get thrown into a truck, basically.
No practice. Never sat in a truck.
No qualifying. All you did was go to the shop and put your seat in it, and that's
it.
That's all the sitting in the truck you did.
That's it.
They told you how to crank it up and run.
And you draw for position, you start 11th, and there you go. Here you go. Have at it.
Yeah.
We'll see you.
Have fun.
What?
Dude, I'm telling you, they got to come up with something a little bit different on that.
That ain't right, dude.
Especially for, if you're not going to have any practice at all, none, zero, don't have none, but anybody who is a rookie.
First time.
Well, I'm going to just say rookie because most of them will be going to those tracks for the first time.
Yeah.
So if you are a rookie in the series, they need to give them, I don't care if it's right before the start of the race. I don't care if it's,
right,
30 minutes before the start of the race. Give them 15 minutes just to go out there,
right,
run whatever laps they can run in 15 minutes, however many they want to run, if they want to run any. And they can only do it on a select set of tires. So it don't have to be a new set of tires or whatever. If some NASCAR gives them from leftover from the week before, I don't care. And go out there just to get the feel of the track more than anything.
Well, just to get comfortable. I
know these guys are like, oh, well, they got iRacing, they got this, that, and other. It's not the same.
No.
It's not the same. I don't care what simulator you put it on.
No,
it's not the same. So, it's guys, NASCAR, if you're listening, please listen. I understand y'all trying to limit time at the track, and y'all say these guys are supposed to be best. Cup, fine. If you don't want to give it to the guys in Cup, I understand it. Truck Series mainly. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Got to give something. Now, I am the first one to tell you they don't need 3 or 4 hours of daggone practice to run an hour and a half long race. I agree with that, but rookies need something.
Yeah.
If they don't do nothing like they did with ARCA last year,
well, it's
10 minutes.
It's tough when he's got to spend, I'm just going to say, half the race and getting comfortable. And I'm just throwing out something there, but it's bad when you got to get comfortable with your car, with your seat, with your the handling with.
Oh yeah, the first half of the race, that's what you're doing
with your crew chief, with your spotter.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not worried about racing really. The first half of the race, you worried about getting comfortable with everything that's in your ear and everything that you're worried about.
And a truck race is so short that
you ain't got time for that. So that's what I don't like. I mean, give them the time to get out there and shake the car down enough to get comfortable with that. Get comfortable with somebody in your ear that you haven't heard before. You know, he got out there in the ARCA car at Daytona. Yeah. A little bit different story. I mean,
Eddie DeHunt.
You're riding.
Yeah.
And Eddie DeHunt's telling him every millisecond what to do. And that's perfect. That's what he needed. But, you know, I didn't hear his spotter from this past week. But regardless, I mean, you know, short track's a lot different than Daytona.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you can ride a few minutes and get comfortable at Daytona.
Yeah.
You can't ride a few minutes here and get comfortable. So anyway, hats off to him, man. He dug deep and he made it work, and you know he never gave up.
No, I never gave up. Awesome. I texted him. I said, "Man, what happened?" Because I never saw a replay of what actually happened. He said, "Man, I went down the corner underneath somebody." He said he didn't know who it was. He said, "I went down the corner underneath," and he said they just kept on pushing me down on the rumble strips. And he said when the back tire hit the rumble strip, he said it just turned.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, he said, but I still think I could have salvaged top 10 after that. He said, you know, there at the end of the race, I think it was like 13, 14 laps to go, lost all fuel pressure. So I don't know if the wreck caused.
It may have, but you know,
it wasn't that bad. I mean, it crunched back in, but
all the KBM trucks had issues.
Dude, all of them. John Hunter fell like a rock to begin with, and never could really make it up. So I don't know. Maybe they went with the wrong setup.
Hey, we're gonna talk with him next week, I hope. After coming off a win from the Oxford 250, we're going to be pretty sure pulling for him. So everybody listening, make sure you check that out and pull for him. And we'll talk with him about all this.
For sure. Well, now let's go to another driver that's coming up through the rankings here. Ladies and gentlemen, on the phone now, or on the Zoom meeting. We're doing these Zoom meetings today. It's the first time we've actually done Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
So,
everybody's going to Zoom.
So everybody's going to Zoom. So we had to jump on train too. So anyway, Christian Rose, man, what is going on with you?
Hey guys, how's it going? Good to be on. Glad to thank you guys for having me.
Not a problem, man. Thank you for coming on with us, hanging out with us, and giving us some time, man. Well, we know you're a late model driver now, man, and that's which is huge now because I don't know. We were just talking with as we were talking, we were on the Bullring a little while ago. Stephen Nassy and people like that's on there. So late models have come a long, long, long way in the past. I say 10 years, and so seeing guys like you come up through the ranks in late models is awesome, man. So if you will, just kind of introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, just to hit on the late model stuff, I didn't really know too much about it. My story's a little bit different than everybody else. I'm from Martinsburg, West Virginia. I went to college. I got a degree in hospitality management, and in doing so, I played Division I baseball at a small school named UMES, University of Maryland Eastern Shore. And from that point, basically, I met BJ McLeod and some of those guys in the garage when I was a younger age, and asked how would I get into racing. And he basically said, come on out, you know, we'll let you guys try to test the car out, see what you think of it, and if it's something you want to do. So I run home all excited, tell Mom about the opportunity and everything, and she's like, nah, you're going to get your college degree. So Mom shot it down real quick, and then we go and finish college. And I remember we were sitting on the couch, I think it was the summer of 2018, and we're sitting there, and I'm watching the race. I was like, you know, baseball was, you know, my niche, but I really think if racing would have fallen, or cars would have fallen the right way, that would have been where things would have lined up for me. And my mom was like, well, why don't you call BJ back and see if there's an opportunity? And the first time I ever climbed in a race car was the summer of 2018 in a super late model at Hickory Motor Speedway with BJ. He had Matt Tiff there, and Matt came out and shook the car down, and we were not too far off. We were a few tenths off his time, and they were pretty amazed. It was my first time in a late model, so or any race car at that point. So that's how we kind of went from not really being involved in racing to now we've been running for 3 years, and I've gotten to run for some great people, and I'm running now with Bruce Cook and CRT and those guys over there, and they've been incredible to me. So it's just been a different path for me, but it's been a blast.
Well, let's go back to the baseball stuff, man. Sterling's a big baseball fan here, so
Yeah. Well, see, when I was growing up, I mean, I played baseball, of course, since t-ball right on up, and getting into high school, I was racing go-karts at the time, and we didn't have time to do both. So, Daddy told me, all right, well, you got to pick. You want to play baseball or you want to race? So naturally, I picked racing go-karts up and down the East Coast, and that's what we did. And now, I'm playing softball at 35 years old and trying to keep up, and it's a whole lot different. But I'm not saying I wish I'd have done differently, but what made you decide to hang up baseball and go towards racing?
When you get to the college level, it becomes a lot more of a job, and I had a blast doing it. I met some of my best friends, some great coaches, and honestly, my arm wasn't going to let me take it any further. I had peaked on my velocity. It was coming down. It wasn't, ending up the way I wanted to be the Cinderella story for me for baseball. And, I had to come to grips with that. So going into my senior year, I kind of knew that this was probably last year I get to put the cleats on, put the spikes back on. And I played from the time I was 4 till I was 23 years old. So I had a good 19-year run at it. And I got to play against schools like Duke, Georgetown, and Pittsburgh. And we were competitive, and we enjoyed doing it, and I still love it. I love baseball to death, but honestly, ever since I put myself into the seat of a race car, there's honestly not a thing in the world I'd rather do to drive a race car. Baseball was fun, but racing is where I want to be at more than anything. So it's truly become my love.
There you go, man. That's awesome. Well, let's go back a little bit. Let's go. You said you started racing in 18, right?
2018, yes. Summer of 2018 was the first time I tested, and then I think my first race was the Red Eye at New Smyrna with BJ and those guys in 2019.
Man, I can't fathom personally, and I guess it's just for me coming up from go-karts, and I've jumped in some what we consider charger cars and stuff like that, and worked up, and I've driven a late model around the track. I can't fathom jumping in a super late model for my first test ever in a race car. I mean, but hey, you just got to learn to go fast in that car. I mean, was that kind of how it was, man?
Yeah, BJ basically told me, hey, man, we're going to throw you to the wolves. I mean, I think he told me that several times. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it, and this is how you're going to know if you belong here or not. And we were fast off the get-go at the test sessions, and then once I got into racing, like actual racing, it was a whole wake-up call to, wow, I need to do some homework and really get behind what I need to do to make this work. But going from there, we ran speed weeks, we ran Nashville, we ran a couple places, and then I went down and ran in Florida for a couple years in New Smyrna. And doing there, we were really fast. We started clicking off top fives down there in New Smyrna, and then I jumped into a late model stock, and that's at Myrtle Beach. And then we ended up in a limited late model, and that's what we've been running since. And it's been different going from a lighter race car to a heavier race car, but it's been a great learning experience. And we just came off probably our best run I've ever had in a limited at Orange County last weekend. We ran really well. We were respectable. I think we rained out on lap 47, but had that not happened, I think we had top 3, maybe a top 4 car there. So.
Right. Well, I want to go back. You said you ran some at late model stocks there at Myrtle Beach, and man, that's a track I miss personally because that was an hour down the road from us. So we spent many nights at that track. What did you think about Myrtle Beach?
I loved it. I wish I would have done a little more research going into it because I felt like Superman to start. I jumped out there, and man, I was wide open coming off 4 way too soon. And I learned real quick when that anchor went out the window about lap 20 and we didn't have a right rear left on the thing that you got to baby it around there to start. So I love the track. I wish I would have got another opportunity at it. I hate that they tore the place down. So that was I grew up going there as a kid, to that track and that area. And, that place is special for me. When I found that they were closing the Speedway, that's when I was like, we got to find a way to go run it before they close it down. So we got in one of the last races there, and I had an absolute blast running that place. That
place reminded me, and I guess it's the sand there too, but the track surface just being so worn out, and everybody had to conserve their stuff, like you're saying. The track was shaped completely different, obviously, but the surface reminded me so much of old Darlington. Just eating up tires.
Yeah. Or even Hickory. Like you say, you run Hickory, and we've been to Hickory not too long ago, and there's cracks like 3 inches wide.
Oh, yeah.
I fell in one, actually.
Yeah, there's some. Yeah, that's definitely some old surface, man. So I know running on old surface versus new surface is definitely a big difference in how you approach the race.
Yeah, absolutely. We ran Florence last year with Bruce Cook and those guys down in Florence, South Carolina, and we've run Orange County and places, surfaces are worn out, and I think it's a good learning tool to learn how to save your stuff, because I got used to running the Pro Late so much that it was basically, for a 50 lap race at New Smyrna, where the track surface is pretty, it's not new, but I mean, it's newer than what I'm used to, what we're running on now. And it was just go, you got to hammer it down and just go. And now I've had to learn to back myself off that and learn how to adjust and save my stuff and not go so hard. And, Florence, we took off, and I think we would have been all right with the way the cautions fell. But, Bruce got me out of the car after the race and was like, dude, you can't be Superman at the start of these races. You got to learn to slow yourself down and learn how to conserve your stuff a little more. And as we've gone, I think we've done a lot better job at doing that. So it's all stuff, like I said, coming off of 3 years of this. We haven't even driven or done this for 3 years. Is all learning and trying to figure out how to be fast. But I feel like as we go, the quicker we get and the better we get, the more you learn. And it's just piling up a notebook and mentally stacking that away for every time we show back up to the racetrack.
For sure, man. And you just brought up a point talking about slowing yourself down, not being Superman there to begin with. What is harder? Is it harder to speed up and go faster if you're not fast enough at a track, or is it harder when you got a fast car and to slow down at a track to conserve your stuff? What feels harder to you?
It's harder when you got a fast car and you got to slow down, because you got a good piece under you. You can go forward. For me, we're always fast everywhere we go in practice. Ever since I've gotten in the limited, we're top 5 on the board everywhere we show up. And I'm really good at the short run stuff, and now it's just trying to piece together the long run stuff. And I know I got good equipment and I've got good people behind me. It's just trying to figure out, I know I've got great equipment and I know I've got everything I need. Is just trying to back it down, take a breather, get into a rhythm. And I think that's something we found at Orange County this past weekend, where I really just got into a rhythm, and I was able to follow my teammate. And, she was a great guidance and a great guideline for me on where to run and how to run and, how to pass. And then we ended up going forward through the race as we got cautions, and we're, just staying moving forward. So it's, to answer your question, I think it's harder to have a fast car and know that you got to be patient and slow yourself down.
I can definitely understand that, because I'm the same way. It's just like I'm like that even on iRacing. We get on there. If I got a car, I feel fast and I'm passing people. I'm like, yeah, this thing's awesome. All of a sudden, 25 laps into it, I'm like, oh man, I need to slow down. Oh.
Yep. I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I know it's a rookie thing for me for the most part. It's just lack of experience. And like I said, I keep building more. Every lap I learn more and more and more. But for me, for the most part, I think it's just rookie stripes and learning, every time we go to a track and we come back to it, we're way faster and we're way better. It's just trying to piece it all together.
There you go. And you've talked about you obviously started out there in the Super, and you've ran late model stocks and now run limited late model. Out of all those, honestly, which one was your favorite to run, or is it kind of just whichever one's fast or feels fun that day?
It's whichever one feels fun that day for me, for sure. But I was the most comfortable in the Pro Late. I got a lot of laps around that. I raced for Mike Skinner and those guys down in Florida for a couple of years, and I tested a lot, and I got really good at that place towards the end of my time running there. And running the Pro there, there's something about having to keep the RPMs up and keeping the motor wound up. And I think it's kind of transitioning to the limited, because it's almost the same thing as, you got to keep the momentum up in these things, using less brakes and just trying to let the roll speed carry you through the center more and be able to jump back in the throttle, but ease back into it in these heavier race cars. But I personally like the Pro the best, because I think you can really attack the racetrack, and that's what I like to do. So the Pro definitely is probably my favorite.
Good deal, man. Good deal. Well, you've had some good runs this year, and obviously past couple years. So what's coming up for you?
Yeah, we just partnered with the Boys and Girls Club out of Martinsburg, West Virginia, in the Eastern Panhandle. I want to get them in there. We're every sponsored lap we run this year, we're kicking $5 back to the club. It means the world to me, and being able to give back to the community back there. I'm a West Virginia kid. I'm born and raised in West Virginia, and I love that area to death. I love my roots, and being able to help the community out as much as I can back there. But the answer to your question is, we're actually going to be making our ARCA debut here in the next couple of months, or a couple of weeks actually, in Las Vegas at the Bullring. And hopefully, I think we have a second race teed up there in Roseville after that. I can't officially announce the sponsor. We're finalizing the contract this week, and as soon as we do, we'll be able to put that out there. Stay up with our social media, Christian Rose Racing on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And we should be able to have that official announcement out here pretty soon. But you guys are the first ones I've told that we're going to go make our ARCA debut here in a couple weeks.
Sweet, man. That's awesome.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
ARCA West, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. So the goal is just go run all the laps, learn as much as we can, stay out of the way, and just try to learn as much as possible, and then apply it to the next week and then going forward. So
that's right.
Well, and obviously we're not talking sponsor, but what made the Bullring it be the first race there? Is that a sponsor deal, or is that a you deal, or how did that come about?
It's a little bit of talking with our team and talking, where would be the best place to take me, where I'm not really the most experienced person, where the speeds aren't really as high. The Bullring's a place where it's going to be aggressive, but it's a place where I think me being a rookie, I can go there and learn a lot and run a lot of laps and be smart about it. So that was kind of where we looked. We thought about the West Coast and we were looking out West, and it just happened to be where our sponsor decided to come on board, and it just worked out perfect for that to be our debut out there.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations, and big congratulations on that.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Not a problem, man. That's sweet. That's gonna be fun. Can't wait to check that out and watch that, man, because that's gonna be that's a tight little track. It's a fun track to watch.
Yes, it is.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, we've been studying up on film and doing a lot of stuff already to try to prepare as much as possible. But it looks like a fun place, and hey, what's a better place to go make your debut or run out there in Vegas? So.
Good deal, buddy. Well, like I said, I know you don't have the sponsor announcements for that yet, but otherwise, on your late model stuff, tell us who all was on your car helping you out.
We've had Black Draft Distillery. It's a local place, honestly, my neighbor back home in West Virginia, and they do moonshine whiskey. It's all legal stuff, and it's pretty good stuff. I recommend it to anybody who wants to try it out. Glenn Price is the owner's name, and he's helped me from my beginning stages in 2018 to he still kicks some money towards us now, and we've had them. Like I said, the Boys and Girls Club's been a huge contributor in helping us out and helping us spread our word on what we're trying to do. The Triple Play Initiative is what we're really hitting home with them, and that's mind, body, spirit. Me being a former college athlete, trying to take care of yourself, your body, mentally, physically, everything possible to try to stay the best you can. Not only was it helpful for me playing baseball, but I think it's been a huge transition to help me into the race car as well, and being able to be competitive and stay at a best edge I think I can to compete with these guys that have raced their whole lives. So that's really what we're trying to share back to the kids. But those guys have all been huge contributors, and SCI International is a company that helped me out strongly when I first started out. So we've had some good sponsors, some good people to help us out, and we're just looking to go forward and keep pushing with it.
Awesome, man. That's good stuff. And I know you mentioned it just a little while ago, but tell everybody how they can keep up with your racing. What are all your social media handles?
Yeah, Christian Rose Racing is going to be the handle on Instagram and Facebook, and then just Christian Rose on Twitter or CR Speed 99. Like I said, we're going to have a big announcement, some big announcements coming forward or going forward. So if you go ahead and follow us, we'd really appreciate it. And any of the help support we can get on social and everything, like it, share it. It helps us going forward for our sponsors. It really does a lot more than what anybody would expect. So please go out there and help us out and follow us on social.
Yeah, for sure. You guys go do it. Y'all go check him out. All right, now we all this racing stuff. What you feeling about the major league season here? Who you think's coming on?
I'm just gonna say, Christian. I mean, my Braves are coming on strong now, man. What's up with the Orioles right now, dude?
Oh man, don't get me started on my Orioles. We're bringing up the tail on all American League and National League, so we're rebuilding. But I think we got some young pieces coming forward. But honestly, the two teams, your team is one of the ones I have my eyes on. Getting hot at this time of year is a very important thing, carrying momentum into the postseason. We've seen teams do it so many times from the wild card position, the Giants being one of them, and they're my other team I'm watching very strongly. Both are NL contenders. I think the Giants and Braves are the two teams to watch going forward. The Giants have just shocked me all year, so I didn't think they would be still the number one or best record in baseball to this point, but they are. They got the pitching. They just picked up Chris Bryant. But your Braves have won 9 in a row on the road. So that's pretty hard to do. I don't care who you are or what you do. That's hard to go on the road and travel and be on an airplane and show up to the baseball field every single day and put the cleats on and win. So, winning away from home is tough, and that's how you win. You go forward in the postseason. So your Braves are looking good right now.
Yeah, man. Well, I sure do appreciate that. I'm glad they turned their season around because I was kind of worried to start with there, and losing Ronald Acuna, that was kind of big for us. That was one of our star guys there, but yeah, like we said earlier, after the trade deal, it's kind of come on strong for us. So I'm thankful for that, and the bullpen's kind of kept us going, thankfully. So
well, speaking of bullpen, being that you have a pitching background, if you were a batter right now in the major league, who is a pitcher that you would say he's going to be the toughest pitcher you're going to go up against right now?
Scherzer, man. Max Scherzer, that guy's a maniac.
Yeah.
We always had this thing detailed out from our coach. His name was Coach West. He was one of my best coaches. Him and John O'Neill. Those guys were incredible to us in college. But Coach West always told us, he made us write down what the definition of a psychopath was and bring it into practice the next day. And he said, that's a winning pitcher for you. You got to be a psychopath. So
wow.
To be a great athlete, I think you got to be. Look at Brady and anybody else that does it. They're absolute psychopaths, and all they do is live, eat, and breathe what they do. But Scherzer scares the heck out of me. And that guy gets the ball, and you see that face that's staring down at home plate. I mean, he's incredible.
Yeah, no doubt. He sure is.
Well, I just want to say this. I don't. Do you ever listen to Dale Jr. Download by chance?
Absolutely.
Well, did you?
I get compared. People tell me I look like Dale a lot. I got the red beard.
You do.
I think we're about the same frame and height. So.
Did you hear Chipper Jones on there the other week talking about Greg Maddux?
I did.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Greg
Maddux was crazy,
dude. I'm telling you, that psychopath. There you go, right there.
Did y'all ever have any locker room shenanigans going on back in the day? Huh?
I wouldn't say shenanigans. We definitely had our things that we did, pregame rituals and everything that just kept you going. Every player's superstitious. I don't care what baseball player tells you he's not. Everybody's got something they do. But we all had our own things. Like I'm still the guy that helps me out, and he works for our race team. We were college roommates playing baseball together, and now I've got him down in the racing world, and he's working in and helping us with our side of the stuff. So hopefully as we climb, we'll stay working together. And it's just a small, tight-knit community. Baseball and racing are very similar in a lot of ways. You'd be surprised on how similar they are.
Well, that's what I was actually going to say. You'd be surprised how much racing is actually a team sport also.
Yeah, anybody that says it's not a sport or doesn't take athletes to do it, I encourage them to come on down and check it out because coming from the baseball field, this is way harder to do than throwing a baseball. I can promise you that. So, but Greg Maddux, to hit on that point, I think I saw I can't remember. I think I saw an interview with somebody saying that he could tell you on his hand how many pitches he missed in his whole career. And if you think about that, the dude threw probably 20,000 pitches in his whole career. And he can count on his two hands where he missed his spot. That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
So, and I believe him. Oh,
yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. That dude was spot on every time. So,
yep.
But anyway, Christian, well, we sure appreciate you coming on here and hanging out with us, man. And best of luck heading out into all your racing, but especially in the ARCA chance you're going to get out at the Bullring. Best of luck, and hopefully you're more than welcome. Come on here anytime, and hopefully we'll be talking about an awesome run, maybe a win. Who knows?
I hope so. We're just hoping to keep all the fenders on and go run on the laps. But thank you guys so much for having us, and I look forward. Hopefully, we'll be able to come back on here pretty soon.
Good deal, buddy. Well, we sure appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, bud.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Christian Rose. Y'all go check him out. You'll be watching him coming up through these late model ranks, and also obviously in the ARCA ranks, ARCA West.
Looking forward to seeing where he goes from there, man. We definitely. Hey, man, if we can always have a baseball guy that turns to racing, that's what I'm all about. That, man.
I was all about that.
That's my dude right there. I gotta follow him, man. That's cool for sure. So best of luck to him, and
we can call him, congratulate him on a race, and talk baseball.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh, good deal. Well, y'all know who else is fast?
I do.
SRI Performance is fast.
Fast with everything, man. Fast with delivery. Fast with getting you some help. Fast with at the racetrack. Go get it.
There you go.
It's right there.
It's always there.
Can't beat it.
SRI is your one-stop shop for all things racing. Guys, they got everything. As we've always said and always will say, they got every single thing. We were talking about on here with Melissa last week. She toured SRI Performance a few months back, and she was just amazed with all the parts there, especially all the used parts. That's crazy to me. I know we talk about new parts and getting your car all tuned up and everything, but sometimes you don't. There's certain parts you don't need. You don't even need them new. It might not make a bit of difference, but this part might be better, might be lighter. It might be carbon fiber dash that come out of a cup car. You can put in your street stock because it's super light if you're tight on weight. And I know a lot of these street stock guys sometimes are tight on weight. They want to keep everything as light as they can. That way they can position weight where they want to. Guys, there's stuff like that you can get at awesome prices at SRI Performance. Just call them up. Ask them if they got something. You know, I'll tell you this. They got so much stuff there that if you ask them if they got it, they probably do. They probably do. They can find it. If you can think of something you need for your car, they probably got it.
They got it.
So y'all call them up for all your spring needs, all your brake package needs, all your PFC brakes. With our buddy Randy Keene, he can hook you up, give you all the help you need, all the knowledge you need for your brake packages. So y'all give SRI Performance a call today, and or go online, look it up, fill up your cart, and when you go check that thing out, put in promo code CBONE10. That's C as in
chicken.
BONE10. Get yourself 10% off at time of checkout, and get all the parts you need. Also, same deal over at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, guys. Got all the metalwork you will possibly need for your race car. Go check them out. Make them cars look good, look fresh, look clean. Coming up it's later part of the year, but there's a lot of big races coming up.
Yeah, get your stuff looking good. Looking pretty, looking new.
Yeah.
For these big races. Yeah, man. Do it.
Clean cars are fast cars. Always are.
Yeah, always.
Somebody told me, or Kevin Rumley says, shiny wheels make a car fast. You know why he says shiny wheels make a car fast?
Why is that?
Because that means you paid attention to detail.
There you go. You gotta do.
And if Kevin Rumley said
it, obviously it's true.
It's true. So y'all go check out SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Tell them we sent you. Also, our buddy Earl Ramey Racing Engines, guys. Best engines on the market. Can't tell y'all how great he is. Man, I posted up a video last night, Sunday night. Our buddy Willie Milliken, he put him in an Earl Ramey Racing engine in his car. And I put a video on Facebook, or actually it's on YouTube. I just shared it on our page on Facebook too. Y'all go check it out, because I'm going to tell you, them starts especially are insane. You can tell the horsepower down straightaways, but the torque this motor has is insane. These guys, they almost caught him for jumping start a couple times, but you could watch in the video because we're in car. He did not hit the gas first. The guy in front of him hit the gas. Willie hits the gas, and motor's right up beside him.
It's insane.
Going down the straightaway.
It's insane. Like I said, we saw that back in Charlotte with Derek. I mean, it's just insane, the horsepower.
Yeah. If you can pull Brandon Overton down the straightaways,
you got some horsepower.
You got some horsepower. So you guys go check out Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Tell him we sent you. Get you some time on his chassis dyno, because that's where all the horsepower is found there, or the extra horsepower we'll say is found, because he makes plenty. But you can find some extra on adding all your components, all your oils, all that stuff in the motors. See what makes, a half horsepower more. That's big sometimes.
Need all you can get.
Need all you can get. So go check out Earl Ramey Racing Engines, EMFR Performance. Tell Earl that Chicken Bone Alley guys sent you.
He might buy you a dinner or something.
He knows somebody. Here. Here's some chicken wings.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we do appreciate you guys, though, for sure, man.
For sure. Well, speaking of dirt stuff, I paid attention to a lot of the World Outlaw stuff this past week.
There was a lot of it.
Like I said, Melissa was up there. Randy King was also up there. Good bit of it. Orange County, first time they've had a show in a long time as far as late models, and are bringing supers in anyway. Brandon Shepherd won it, but I'm going to tell you what. Our man Max Blair was rolling. If he could have ever got to the top side
he'd been gone.
of Brandon Shepherd, He'd have left.
Yeah, he'd have been gone.
I mean, because he was staying even with him.
Well, he jumped the cushion one time and lost like half straightaway, and then like literally in another half a straightaway, he was on his bumper.
Exactly.
So top's where he needed to be, and he couldn't make it. And couldn't set up the slide job enough. He couldn't do it in that track there. But yeah, man, it was. I think Max would have definitely. If he'd have got around him, he'd have been gone. I think
for sure. That was a flat track. So B-Shep did pretty good. And that used to be one of Kyle Strickler's home tracks back when he ran big block modifieds and stuff. And that's the first time he's been back in a long time. He ran 6th in it. So I'm glad he's back up there running up front a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
They moved on the next night to Williams Grove, and the Truth, Greg Satterley sat it on pole and kind of dominated, even though Kyle Larson was in this race.
The Martinsville of dirt, I think, kind of, sort of.
I swear the straightaways are longer.
That's a long racetrack, but yeah, like you say, I don't know, man. I think Kyle would have had something for him.
Kyle was coming, and actually Randy took a picture of it. The track was coming apart, especially on entry. There's so much pressure on that track on entry because the corner's so tight. Track was coming apart. What it was a big old dirt clock came up out the track. Big old piece of hard track came up, went through the nose of the car, and pushed the nose down on the tire.
Jesus.
Pushed braces back and stuff. I'm like, that is insane.
Yeah. It is.
Imagine if that. Well, I was like Jonathan Davenport the other week. He got hit by a dirt clot in the head, and it kind of knocked. He had to pull in the infield. He said he was seeing like double and stuff for a second. Yeah. Hit him so hard. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're just making this much pressure on these cars now, and it's just tearing tracks up. Man, I know that's always been a problem with dirt tracks sometimes, and it's so hard to get it right sometimes. But man, that was crazy. So he had to pull off, but I will say Chris Madden had a good run. This whole
stretch. Yeah, he's definitely done well. But congrats to Sadly, man. I mean, I think this is his fourth. I think his fourth Word of Outlaw win, I believe.
Yeah. I like him.
I do too, man. He's always there. He's always. Yeah. It seems like he's always right in the top 6,
when 7. He's there. When he comes.
When he's there, he's there.
He's there. Exactly.
Yeah. But no doubt he dominated this race, and he showed him what's up, man.
He sure did. Then they moved on to Sharon Speedway on Saturday night. Yeah, because Max was going to go run Melissa's home track at Bridgeport, and it got rained out. And so they went and ran Sharon Speedway, and Kyle Larson went back to doing Kyle Larson things.
Yeah, no doubt.
He checked out. We say Saturday checked out. He didn't check out like Larson did. That's the thing. Rumley hits set up, you ain't going to find Larson.
Nah.
I mean, he's going to be gone. Gone. And he was, I will say, in that race, was it that race? Well, Tyler Brunin was running pretty good in that one, wasn't it?
I think it was that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
That's one that has come on that I haven't expected. He hasn't in years past. And I think he's finally getting that capital figured out, and I'm glad to see him out there. He's a cool dude. But yeah, Larson checks out, and our buddy Max Blair was running good in it too, and ended up getting taken out by a lap car. So that kind of stunk.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they moved on to Erie Speedway. Sunday night, and Shepherd put it back on him again.
Yep, to be expected. So tight little race for the points though. Him and Chris Madden, they're pretty close. I think about 100 points or so there.
Well,
splitting them.
Yeah, for sure. But I do want to mention this week. This has to go mentioned. It can't go unmentioned anyway. Cade Dillard, he was up there in points for a while with him. I think he was running top 5 in points, wasn't he? Cade Dillard did everything he could to just allow him to not have points for a race.
Yeah.
because it was his daughter's first day of school, and he did not want to miss his daughter's first day of school because they were running at Orange County on Thursday. Man, mad props to Cade Dillard.
Oh, yeah.
He said, if that's how it's going to be, I just won't run for points. Oh, well. Forget y'all.
Yeah. I'm all for it, man. I'd have done the same thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And so, mad props to Cade Dillard. We need to get him on here and talk about, not that necessarily, we just need to talk about him racing because I like him. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
And obviously a good family man. So, but anyway, that's dirt racing for this week. So, I think Shepard's going to check out on them on the World Outlaws points.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much got it now.
NASCAR, AJ Allmendinger took the Xfinity Series race at Michigan.
Picked up where he left off.
Picked up where he left off in the Cup race
the
week before. So that's pretty cool to see. And then Sunday's race, to me, it was actually one of the better races, actually, surprisingly so. And I think what it was is there's drafting possibilities at Michigan.
Right.
And so they were kind of passing back and forth, and somebody could get stretched out. They could get hooked up with somebody else and run the leaders down. But Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott ran up front for a while. Then Elliott kind of he messed up on something happened on a pit stop. William Byron come up, and they run up front for a while. Then, as it has happened to Kyle Larson here the past, I don't know how many races, a daggone late race restart, and he just gets pushed back. He can't go nowhere. He's stuck.
Yeah.
And that's what happened again, and Ryan Blaney comes up and wins.
Well, hey, everybody knows that Larson was there, of course, as always.
As always. I think he's gonna be there too. So
yeah.
That's all good. Well, I think that's about all we got for this week, ain't it?
I believe that's it, man.
Sterling gonna go play a softball game.
Yep, I'm a haul buggy to cross town and go run a softball. Go play a softball game. I ain't running. I don't want to run much.
You're running. Just hit home runs. Don't run.
Yeah. Okay, that ain't gonna happen.
Oh, guys, we want to thank SRI Performance as always. Stock car, steel, and aluminum. RK Motorsports Consulting, our buddy Randy Keene. Earl Ramey Racing Engines. We appreciate them more than y'all know, guys. Also, Forward Bite Apparel. Y'all go check out Forward Bite. Get yourself some race clothing. And also Checkered, the Race Hub. Y'all go check all of them out. And we appreciate all of them for sure. So y'all check them out and check us out. Also, guys, now, as we talked about the first of it, check out Speed 51.
Yeah, definitely check them out. The Bullring, Speed 51 itself. I mean, you can watch about anything you want to watch on there. Go check it out, man.
Yeah. Speaking of watching, let me pull up here. We got some. I lost it. Here we go, right here. All right. This week on Speed 51, as y'all know, it is Oxford week, Oxford 250 week. But starting off Wednesday, August 25th, 7 p.m., Seekonk Speedway, Speed 51 Modified Madness. Check out the modifieds on Speed 51 there. Starting Friday, we get into Oxford 250 Friday. We got practice. On Saturday, August 28th, check out Championship Night from Anderson Speedway. Our local, some of our local stuff here. Also on Saturday night, the Edwards Family Memorial at Lakeview Motor Speedway. I may be hit out there. Who knows? It's possible.
You never know.
Then we got the Ultimate Super Late Models at Friendship Speedway. That ought to be a fun one to watch there. Then we got, as they talked about on the Bullring today, Saturday, Smart Modified Tour at Dillard Motor Speedway. Another one close to us. And then we got that night, they also have more on from the Oxford 250 on Saturday night. Then Sunday, Sunday. Big day for racing. The Oxford 250 will be on Sunday.
Derek Griffith's man.
I'm just going to say we're pulling for that number 12G.
He got it.
We're going to pull for that number 12G. I'm just saying we might be a little partial. The part-time co-host got to get up there and knock it out. So, but anyway, guys. So y'all check out Speed 51 and all their programming this week. But anyway, guys, we appreciate y'all coming on. If you want to see us talking a little bit, go back and check out the Bullring on Speed 51.
Yes, sir.
Facebook.
Check us out.
You hear Sterling talking about, I don't know what he's talking about.
There ain't no telling. There's never
the absorption. Is that what the word was?
Probably something like that. Who knows?
Anyway, that's what we heard. All right, guys. Well, Sterling gonna get to a softball game, and I'm gonna get to some supper, I think.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. He's something for me.
All right, guys. Well, y'all come back, hang out with us next week, same time, same place.
Later.